I have never seen this signal before on Bitcoin in correlation with the USDT dominance. But this signal is huge and the upside for Bitcoin is here to come, and not to new highs but to new all-time highs, and I'm gonna explain you exactly why, because this chart shows us that Bitcoin is gaining so much strength in the market. We are seeing a clear breakout and this is unfolding a major trade setup I am taking here over on Bitcoin. We will dive into that and way more in today's video because we have a trade open right now. But what are my plans for the market for the upcoming days? We will dive into that and way more in today's video. But first of all, I would really appreciate you guys to follow me over on X and to subscribe over on my YouTube channel and like this daily update video if you love those updates. And let's dive right away into the content for now. Because what is so interesting in the market right now? On the top side, we have Bitcoin. On the lower side, we have the USDT dominance. And it is divergence from each other. And why is this so important? And what is a divergence? Now, what does this mean? That Bitcoin has created a low and the USDT dominance created a high right over here. That's pretty normal. That's normally what we see on the USDT dominance when Bitcoin bottoms out. Then Bitcoin pumped towards the upside and dumped towards a certain point here to create a higher low. What is normally for the USDT dominance to do is to reject this high and stay below this high to create a lower high for the next move towards the downside. Why? Because Bitcoin is creating a higher low. But what are we seeing right now is that the USDT dominance created a higher high, while the Bitcoin dominance was creating a higher low here. And that is a really bullish signal here. Because what does this mean? The USDT dominance percentage of the whole market set a new high than this whole move towards the upside. What does that mean? That most people have their money in stable coins, but with the price we're not creating a lower low. What does this mean? That people have still more money back in Bitcoin than in USDT dominance. But if the USDT dominance starts to drop towards the downside, we can see that we created a higher low, which means that we will probably pump towards new all-time highs anytime soon here if we dump towards certain lows here, and that is approximately at this area, which we usually dump to if we reject the top side for the USDT dominance. So this is a really interesting divergence. USDT dominance make a new higher high and the Bitcoin make a new higher low. And this is a really bullish signal for Bitcoin because we didn't break the trend towards the downside, but we need to keep an eye on the USDT dominance because we gained and made a new higher high here, but we are also divergent towards the downside. So for now, I really think upside is here to come for Bitcoin and the USDT dominance will drop after this hidden bullish divergence for Bitcoin. Then if we look at the lower time frame on Bitcoin, we can see that we were compressing for a while. We had some very interesting price action and some very boring price action as well, but we finally managed to break out towards the upside. We are gaining this interesting level, we are gaining our old high, and right now we are expecting a higher low for the next move towards the upside. And that is exactly the trade I am taking here over on Bitcoin. Right now we had a clear gain. Price is strong, of course it is weekend right now, but if we drop towards the $93.4 thousand, I'm scaling in a massive position on Bitcoin. Structure wise, we are just trading the trend towards the upside, which is beautiful. We broke out of a very important range, which is beautiful too, and we are planning to trade this higher low towards the upside and trade the trend towards the $105,000 for Bitcoin. A massive trade if you ask me, and we're sharing it all live here because yesterday I shared this trade right over here, very aggressive, in my daily update video. Right now we are in that trade. It is running in a really small profit, but I just wanted this trade to hedge that if Bitcoin dropped further towards the downside, I will get into my very big position, which I've been talking about right over here and also right over here, because this is usually the same setup, because I want to scale in to my position around these levels. So that is pretty important to know. So around the $93,000 towards $92,000. But if Bitcoin managed to drop further towards the downside and then tap into my trade zone and move towards the upside, if we are pretty bullish, that was a scenario that could happen, then I wouldn't miss the move for Bitcoin. So that's why I opened up a very small trade that if Bitcoin pushes towards the upside, I'm still making some profit. And if Bitcoin managed to push further towards the downside, I'm scaling into massive position I've been talking about on these charts here. So it is just a small little hedge here to be in the market when Bitcoin really moves. And I've been talking about this trade also in yesterday daily update video. So really nice. The only thing you need to do if you want to follow those setups, please make sure to follow me over on X and to join my free Telegram community with the first link in the description. And of course, subscribe over on my YouTube channel to never miss a daily update video ever again, where I talk about all those setups in the crypto market. You can trade all those moves by yourself over on Blowfin or over on WeX. You can sign up through the links in the description, and you will have the best trading circumstances possible with the best trading setups I am calling here in the market. Then if you look at some on-chain data, we can see that the OG Bitcoin selling momentum is drying up. And that means that 5+ years coins are barely moving anymore. That means that people are holding their Bitcoin. They're not willing to sell them. That is very interesting, because this will also mean for the supply to drain more, which will eventually start a really big supply shock for Bitcoin, which will pump the price towards Valhalla if this really happens. Because if everyone wants Bitcoin but nobody sells their Bitcoin, it is pure a scarcity in the market, and the price will pump massively towards the upside. What we can see is the OG distribution has rolled over hard from approximately 2,300 Bitcoin towards 1,000 Bitcoin. The strongest hands are stepping back, and supply that caps rallies is disappearing, and this is exactly what you want to see for a next major move towards the upside and a supply shock for Bitcoin. So this is really bullish for Bitcoin. And although if you look at the market, some really nice things are happening for Bitcoin, also with this USDT dominance. I've never seen this signal before, a divergence on Bitcoin and the USDT dominance, but I know that this will be very bullish for Bitcoin. Ending with that, I would really appreciate you guys to follow me over on X and to subscribe over on my YouTube channel. And of course, you can always join my free community with the first link in the description. And I will see you tomorrow by a brand new Crypto Daily Update video.